If we add up the points, the result will be exactly the same. Or if we print it out, scatter the pattern and print out the sizes, the result will also be exactly the same. Don't say that if you do it this way, then this way is wrong. Hello everyone. In this video, I will introduce you to two methods of grading sizes. The first method is to keep the shoulder point fixed and grade everything down to the hem. The second method is to keep the armhole point fixed, and for the armhole drop we grade upwards, while for the side seam we grade downwards. That is, we add from the armhole upwards and from the armhole downwards, so it becomes the total length of the garment. Let me give an example. I will keep the shoulder point fixed, grade downwards first, and then I will grade the part where the armhole point is kept fixed. So, for example, if we want to grade the neckline width here, we will grade the neckline width, moving it to the left, making it wider to the left. So here, I will just enter it right here. I will just enter it now, okay? And for this y-axis part, the axis for moving the shoulder point up and down, we keep it fixed, okay? We only grade horizontally to get the neckline width. As for the neckline drop, we will grade it downwards, right? And we will copy and paste them to each of these specific points. For the shoulder width, we will gradually extend the shoulder width outward. And please note that we also need to grade the shoulder slope as well, okay? If you grade and keep the shoulder slope the same like this, it will result in both the large and small sizes having the same shoulder slope. That's why we need to grade this shoulder slope down as well, okay? I will temporarily delete this line for now. Now we will begin grading this specific section, the armhole point. So we will grade the total chest width measurement outward and the armhole depth downward, okay? For this measurement, I'll duplicate the coordinates of the shoulder point here and then grade this y-axis in a downward direction, okay? We can decide to keep this specific measurement line, this measuring line. So we'll carefully copy the reference point at the armhole area, okay? Or we can just delete it if we want to. It's up to you, okay? Here, I'll just use these two grading directions as examples. I'll copy and paste the y-axis here. And for the length of the shirt, we'll take the entire measurement down to the bottom, okay? I'll take the full length of the shirt all the way down to the bottom. Okay, the y-axis, alright. Oh, and as for the buttons and the placket, for the time being, I am not going to be grading those specific elements, because I'm using the example where we maintain the shoulder point in a completely fixed position, okay? After we have finished grading the entire front bodice, we will flip the back bodice over and carefully transfer and copy all of the corresponding grading points from the front bodice to the back bodice, okay? Back neckline. We can go ahead and delete this line. So, as you can see, this is the first method. The first method is that we keep the area at the shoulder tip unchanged, right? And we will grade everything down to the hem, which means extending the length down to the hem. And for the armhole drop as well, we will also measure down from the shoulder tip, and however much we drop, we will grade that drop point accordingly. The second method, which I also see quite a few of you using, is that we actually keep the armhole point unchanged. And for example here, when we are taking the measurement for the armhole drop, right? If it's say 0.8, then you will grade upwards here. And like that, we will copy this point over here. And for the shoulder width, you will also measure it out. And for the shoulder slope, if you grade like this, then we will have to reduce the shoulder slope a bit. That means we will set this to 0.7, right? If we grade down by 1 millimeter here, then this is the width of the neckline, right? This is the neckline drop point, so we will copy and paste the y-axis here. Just paste the y-axis. After that, when we do the calculations, we will grade this drop section, right? So here, we will grade this drop section, for example, if it's 0.25, then we will take 0.55. There, after that, we will copy and paste like this. That means when you grade, keeping the armhole point fixed, the parts that move accordingly, for example, the neckline point moves up and the neckline drop point moves down by a certain amount, then we have to take the value above here and subtract the amount we need to grade so that we get the number to enter here. So next is this part, the width here. We will grade it out like this. Okay, and for this width part, you see the body width, we will grade it out by 1. And for this y-axis, we will keep it unchanged, okay? And for this point, we will raise it by 0.4, alright? We will continue grading down to this lower part. I'll use the main body as an example. If our shirt length is 1.5 centimeters and we've raised the top by 0.8, then the bottom has 0.7 left, okay? So here, I'll break it down for you to see. I'll just take only the front body part as an example, okay? Let's just assume we're not using the back body part. Now, in your own personal opinion, do you think these two grading methods actually give the same result? Because many of you who are currently using the method of keeping the armhole point unchanged often say that this alternative method of keeping the shoulder point fixed is simply incorrect. And they still say that this method is correct while the other one is not. And conversely, those who use this method claim that the other method is incorrect. So now I'll give you an example like this. For example, now I'll keep the shoulder point fixed, okay? I'll gather this point here. On the computer, there is a handy command that lets us merge this point and this other point as well. As you can clearly observe, these two methods, right, will produce precisely the identical result. If we align these two vertex points, all the lines will perfectly overlap one another. So no matter which method you use, whether it's the method on the right or the one on the left, the final result will be the same. Don't say that this method is wrong and the other one is right, okay? For example, now I'll keep it as is. I'll press Ctrl Z to undo. And now I'll keep the armpit point as it is for you to see. I'll keep it as is, but I'll keep the y-axis fixed. So I'll click on this armpit point, I'll keep the y-axis fixed. Alright, I'll keep it fixed on the y-axis. See, as you can see, it will give the same result. The armpit point remains unchanged. The up and down value is still 0, the width is still 1, and up here it's still 0.8, and the point in front is still 0.55. If we put these 2 points together, they will be exactly the same, 100% identical, with no difference at all. So, as you can clearly see right here, if we carefully combine all of these points together, the final result will be exactly the same as what we expected. Or if we print it out, draft the pattern and print out the sizes, the result will still be exactly the same. Don't say that if you do it this way, then this method is wrong. So those are the two most common methods I wanted to introduce to you when it comes to grading sizes.